I wanted to start tonight's concert by saying Happy Mother's Day to all you moms out there. You guys know the story, we wouldn't be here without moms. So this entire evening is dedicated to moms. Some of the music will be nice, some of it will be amazing. You guys will have a great time. Thank you for coming out tonight. We are gonna start with our jazz combo. We have a guest artist with us. This guy looks a little old to be here, but this is Steve Cortica. He's a professional jazz saxophone player in New York, and we are related, yes. So he'll be soloing on a couple tunes with us. This first tune, Serpent's Tooth, that we're gonna play, I'm very proud of what we've been able to accomplish with the jazz combo this year. We actually wrote this down by listening to it. We didn't take any music and learn it. We listened to it enough times until we could play it. We do that with our third tune tonight as well. So this is Serpent's Tooth by Miles Davis featuring Charlie Chan. If you guys know who Charlie Chan was, bonus points for you. I'll explain after the tune. Here we go.
One, two, a 1, 2.
Thanks for all the applause. Sorry, I'm doing double duty today on the Let's use the phone here. We heard from Andrew Bushock on the tenor sax, Steve Cortica on tenor sax, alto sax, and Tom Coomerly on the keys. So, in trying to play in a variety of styles, variety of time periods, we are going to play some Beatles for you guys next. This is Norwegian Wood. It's in the style of a jazz waltz. We're featuring Ryan Crable, Drew McMackin, and Darren Garrity on this one, so enjoy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Our last tune is called Desire by Kamasi Washington. Kamasi Washington is one of the jazz greats of today. He's out there making new albums, and I always ask the members of the group what they're listening to, and I thought, why not try to play some of this? This is another tune we transcribed by ear and are playing straight off the head. So this is our last tune for the jazz combo today. On this tune, you'll hear from, I forgot my list, but I know you'll hear from Steve, you'll hear from Crable, and Bushock, and Tom, I believe. So we'll hear from those guys on this modern jazz jam. Not in that order. it's time for something completely different. always try to play some fun. Sorry, I'll speak loud. We always try to play some fun stuff at the end of the year. Willy Wonka is an oldie but a goodie. This next tune, Loch Lomond, is an absolutely gorgeous melody. And one of the things I've realized after teaching for so long is that we've got to play gorgeous melodies sometimes to get better at all facets of music. So this is a wonderful tune. These guys are doing a great job with it. So this is Loch Lomond, a Scottish traditional song. Next tunes is a medley from the film Coco. If you guys have not watched it, it's a fantastic movie. It came out, I think, last October. And so these are some tunes from that movie. A lot of Latin flavor. right, this last tune is, well, you know what it is. Once you hear it, you'll recognize it if you don't recognize it from the program. This is Can Can from Orpheus in the Underworld. All right, this next tune we're about to play for you guys with the jazz ensemble is called Cub Tones. This is actually written by a local composer who plays with the Cleveland Jazz Orchestra, and they send these out for free to area schools to play. And so, free music written by a local composer is a no-brainer. This is a blues kind of in the style of Freddie Freeloader for you big Miles Davis fans. So here's Cub Tones. On this tune, we're going to feature a lot of people. I got to check my notes. We're going to feature Justin Cooner on the sax. We're going to feature Andrew Bushock on tenor sax, Drew McMacken on vibraphone, Dermot Fox on bass sax, and then our drummer, Mr. Stephen Martis. So get ready for a lot of solos, guys. This next tune we're about to play it's like iconic elevator music. If you recognize this, it's because you heard it on an elevator somewhere. It's a great tune by Antonio Carlos Jobim. It's kind of a joke, kind of clever stuff, but it is in fact a samba built on one note. And on this tune, we are going to hear from Max Morsher on trombone, and then Mr. Zangus back there on the congas, and then we're going to hear from Mr. McMacken over here on the vibraphone again, and then we will hear Mr. Bushok, Andrew Bushok, and I can't read my own writing, Shannon. Yeah, Shannon and Mr. Bushok on the last chorus. This is one note samba. right, so before we play this last tune, we're going to bring our special guest back, Steve Cortica. I wanted to mention a couple things. Number one, I have my mother to thank for being in the position I am now today. I remember, then she'll probably tell you a different story. She's right there, you can ask her after the concert. But I remember distinctly getting ready to go to St. Ed's, somewhat against my will. I wanted to go to public school, but that wasn't a choice. So St. Ed's was the choice, and I didn't really have a lot going on. I ran track in middle school and a couple other things. And I'd always mentioned to my mom that I liked the band kids. They were my friends, but I wasn't in band. And so one day, I thought I was going to get a haircut, but I was dropped off at St. Ed's in dock shoes to the first marching band rehearsal. And Mr. Burns, who's not here with us tonight, but he's hopefully watching at home, so I can embarrass him remotely, taught me how to play a little bit of trombone and then threw me in the deep end with the marching band kids. I liked it enough to come back, and then I kept coming back, and now I work here. I became the band director because of my mother urging me to do something. Coupled with that, my younger brother, who, you know, a lot of younger siblings, you guys find yourself in this boat, where like, oh, my brother's going to St. Ed's, I guess I am too. Well, my brother just joined band, I guess I am too. This guy, Steve Cortica, was on his way to become a bowling professional at age 12 or 13. He was really good. And when they put a saxophone in his hands and said, hey man, you really need to get that scholarship, that band scholarship, still exists. Here's a saxophone, take some lessons so when you go to St. Ed's we can save a couple bucks. He took that saxophone and worked it so hard. All those things because of a decision my mom made that I hated at the time. So guys and gals, students that are listening to this, your mom might make you do something that you hate at the moment, but it might end up taking you to some pretty cool places in your life. Hopefully you never become a band director, but being a professional musician is not that bad of a gig from what I understand. So I'm bringing Steve back, and part of the reason we have the luxury of having him here today is because of the pandemic and stuff. He's been forced to move home. Again, don't tick off your mom. You never know when you might need to move back into the basement, guys. But more importantly, we've had a chance to kind of reconnect as a family, and it's been really nice getting to do this again. And I told Steve what we were playing with the jazz band, and he said, Brass Roots, that was the first jazz solo I ever took. So back in 1996, in almost this exact same place, in this exact same room, with the exact same music, is where Steve began his jazz career. And so 25 years later, here we are. And if you guys aren't familiar with some of his work, I strongly recommend you just Google the dude. There's not a lot of Corticas out there. He's done some pretty cool things. And it all started right here at St. Ed's. And it's because our mom made us do it. So this is Brass Roots, and we're bringing back our guest artist, Steve Cortica. Eventually, you're going to do the side-by-side video, Steve?
Yeah.
He's eventually going to release a YouTube video with that first solo and then this one today. So raucous applause, please, after he's done so the video looks cool. But this is Brass Roots. We're going to feature Darren on trombone, and then Steve and then Andrew Bushak are going to have a little sax battle for us. So this is Brass Roots. I forgot to make one thing clear. I'm thankful that my mom made me join band. That was a good thing.
I got a crown up into the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? I got a crown up into the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up my cross, gonna take it home to my Jesus, ain't that good news? Good news. I got a heart pop into the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that good news? I got a heart pop into the kingdom, ain't that good news? Ain't that a good news? I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up, gonna take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good news, good news? I got a heart in the kingdom, ain't that good news? I got a robe in the kingdom, I'm gonna lay down this world, my cross, take it home to my Jesus. Ain't that good news, good news? Good news, ain't that good news, ain't that good news? I got a Savior in the kingdom, ain't that good news, ain't that good news? I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up my cross, gonna take it home to my Jesus, ain't that good news, good news, good news, good news, my Lord. Ain't that good news, my Lord, ain't that good news?
Thank you. That was Ain't That Good News by William Dawson, arranged by William Dawson, Traditional Spiritual. And our next piece is going to be Sometimes I Hear God's Music. third piece is going to be another traditional spiritual, Like a River in My Soul. Before we sing our last piece, I just want to give a shout out to half of this group, literally half, who aren't in the class and come after school once a week to rehearse with us. So they really help fill out all of our parts. So thank you, after school guys, and thank you in the class guys. This last piece is The Best Day of My Life.
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands up to the sky, we danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, please don't wake me now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright, the sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life.
This last group's kind of big, so if you want to stand up and stretch your legs for a second, don't go anywhere. But if you want to stand up, I know some of you guys have been sitting for a while. I appreciate you. So now we begin the now we begin the ending portion of our concert series, our symphonic band. The first piece we're going to play is actually just for the woodwinds. If you guys remember from our last concert, we had to try some new things because we're unable to rehearse this group. This is the first time this group has played together because of COVID-19 guidelines. They can only have 1/3 of the group in the room at a time. So we have to put it all together today. So everything you hear today is new to a lot of these guys too. On our last concert, though, we played some music for each group, for the woodwinds, for the brass, and for the percussion. And I thought I wanted to do that for this concert. And a friend of mine, / former band director, / composer, / publisher in the area is named Clarence Barber. And we were on a Zoom meeting, band director sesh, and I got to talking to Clarence. I said, hey, I'd love it if you wrote something for our woodwind ensemble because there aren't a lot of great pieces for woodwinds, or just for woodwind ensemble. So Mr. Barber graciously agreed, and we commissioned a brand new piece of music titled Phanphasm for the woodwind ensemble. You guys will be the first people in the entire world to hear this piece of music performed live, which is pretty cool. Mr. Barber wrote Phanphasm based off of the characters from Wizard of Oz that were these little gremlin-like guys, and they made an appearance in the book Wizard of Oz, but they played a larger role in some of the later sequels to the book. They're just sort of mischievous little furry dudes with beaks, I believe. And Mr. Barber did a great job of writing some music that kind of brings these guys to life. So if you're not familiar with all the lore of Wizard of Oz, gremlins will do the job, but not before they turn into, the big scary things. So this is world premiere of Phanphasm, written by Mr. Clarence Barber. By the way, Mr. Barber is here in the audience today. So Mr. Barber is right there. We can give him... Yep. I was going to say, wait till you hear it before you decide if you want to give him any applause. But here we go, world premiere. Hi, this next tune is a sort of an abridged version of Gustav Holst's The Planets. And this is another one where you might not recognize the title or the composer, but you definitely know the tunes. So we're going to get right into it. All right, for many of you guys who have been part of band or something in high school, you know this is just the surface, right? Performing with your school band at school concerts is just the beginning of all the things you can do with these instruments and making music. There's honor groups, there's opportunities to play solos, just a wide variety of things that you can do with this in high school. Charles Vogel was saying, is a senior this year, and he has, in addition to participating in this group, he's been a part of our concert band class. And in concert band, it's such a small group during the school day that I have them play solos for OMEA Solo and Ensemble. And I've had a long-standing deal with the students that any seniors who achieve a superior rating in Class A, which is the top tier of classes for soloists, we'll feature them with the band on our final concert. So Charles completed the achievements, unlocked the achievement, and now he is going to perform Back Talk, which was his OMEA Class A solo that he received a superior rating on, so you know it's going to be good, with the band backing him up. So this is Charles Vogel saying, our 4-year member, playing the solo that he played a couple months ago, and with a real accompaniment this time. So here we go. All right, so before we go tonight, just one last tune. Quick reminder that after we're done, this was all set up by these guys. So if you guys take them out of here, there's nobody to put it away. So please give them just a few minutes. It shouldn't take us longer than 15 minutes if everybody chips in to get everything put away. I do want to give a couple thank yous. I will invariably omit somebody, so I'll apologize up front for that. but I want to say thank you to St. Ed's administration, the school building, Mr. Harden and his sidekick, why can't I remember his name, Michael, set up the audio for us and streamed this, and it's I mean, look at all these wires, you know, it's a headache. So they came in early and set this audio setup for us today. I want to say thank you to you, our audience. If you came here just to hear the choir and you had to hear all this other stuff, I really appreciate you sticking it out. Or you know, whatever one ensemble your child is in. But thank you for sticking it out through the whole concert. Hopefully you found something that you enjoyed. Thank you to all of the moms and dads who drive kids to and from rehearsal and stick around after. I want to say thank you to all our students for all the sacrifices they give with regards to time and scheduling. I want to say thanks again to all the moms out there. Whether you were like my mom, where you pushed your child into the program, or your child was supposed to play football and I don't know what the heck he's doing, but you tolerate it and you bring him here anyways. So thank you guys for that, wherever you are on that spectrum, moms. And then most importantly, we've kind of neglected to mention that this is the last concert for a lot of our seniors. Actually, it's the last concert for all of our seniors. So I'd like all of our seniors to stand up real quick, and let's give them a quick round of applause. We got a couple in here. We got some guys back here. Don't forget the choir and orchestra guys. Okay. Whether it's their first year in the program or their fourth year in the program, they've all been such a wonderful group to work with and such a great example for everybody else. So I just want to say thanks again to our seniors. And this is the part where I leave. Oh, Mr. Barber for making the trek out here from all the way from Grafton. And then our other guest artist, Mr. Cortica, had to drive around for a second. He'll be back. But thanks to Steve Cortica for showing up too. So this last tune is another kind of medley of tunes from West Side Story. I picked this out before I heard that Steven Spielberg is releasing a remake of West Side Story sometime within the next year. So if you haven't seen West Side Story, they're about to do a new version for 2021, which is probably going to be phenomenal since West Side Story itself is really hard to muck up. So we are going to play an abridged version of West Side Story with some of the bigger hits for you, and then after we're done, please show some love, and then just hang out for just a couple minutes while we put all these chairs and stands and stuff away. Thank you.